Yeah.
Him with the green
It sounds like something I would make up. It really does. But it's real.
A ghost, a ghoul, a goblin, a monster, a werewolf.
went on and wrote in the comments.
I was going to say that came out great.
You're off to a great start.
Yeah. We got some fun stuff planned today. We got some goods. Yeah, we do. Why would I lie? We got the freaking goods today, my dude.
Oh, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the podcast Never Sleeps. I'm Cameron. With me always is Jared, and we are here to make moves. And we're, I don't know how that means. We're here to do things revolving around orbs. Revolving was a term that I picked specifically.
Yeah, today we're going to talk about balls of metal.
Buga spheres.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Actually, he's right. Several spheres. So everyone's been talking about this Buga Sphere.
Everyone.
If you go to TikTok, it's like Buga Sphere, Boogity
Left,
Boog.
right, and center.
So, YouTube, all this nonsense, right? But what I don't think most people know is
It's pronounced Buga Sphere.
this sphere comes from a long line of spheres that came
descendant.
before it, right?
Okay.
Yes, yeah. This is the descendant of spheres that have come before. In fact, these spheres have been noticed, called out, viewed in
Adam and
antiquity.
Sphere Eve?
Yeah.
Sounded
So
better
the
in my
Garden
head.
of Eden, they had a sphere. Maybe they did, honestly. I mean, we don't know anything about anything. But so let's just,
End
you
of
know what I mean?
sentence.
We just don't. But these spheres, they've been seeing these for years. For like in antiquity, they talk about seeing like these balls of energy flying through the air. We even had Jeremy Corbell recently put
On the show.
we had him on the show, a friend of the show, Jeremy. We call him Big J,
Jerm.
Big J, and
Big J.
Jerem. Yeah,
Little J.
He likes both. Anyway, I have a video of what he released. So he had something called the Mosul Orb. He was able to release a picture of it. Then he released the full video last week. So just to give the audience an idea and you an idea of what these things are that everybody's been seeing for decades and maybe longer.
Yeah.
I have a video. This is Jeremy's Mosul Orb. So
Dude,
we'll be talking about these today.
What about those pictures of like angels?
And demons.
They look like, no, just angels.
Yeah, wheels in the sky, keep
Yeah.
on burning. Yeah, that's an angel. That's what it's about. I talked to him.
You talk to what?
The lead singer of the band that wrote it.
Okay. What's the TS on this, you monster?
It's only a 1 minute video, so if you just
Of one of
scooch a little bit, you'll see. There it is.
video, maybe 4
So
seconds,
these orbs,
where this orb
see
or
these
this
everywhere.
metallic-looking ball runs
Oh, yeah, we saw some of
alongside
this.
a spy plane, and it is shown in this footage moving alongside the plane without dropping in altitude at all.
Essentially, what we have here is a video that
Show it fly.
the UAP register
Yeah.
through FOIA litigation, which is Freedom of Information
show the
Act.
thing fly.
G-Man, what up, boy?
Nobody cares what you have to say. Oh, here we go.
G-Man just popped up, and
What's
you're
up,
like, nobody
G-Man?
cares what you have to say. You
Okay,
monster.
well that was anticlimactic.
Yeah, hold on.
Hold on. Did we miss it? What?
Yeah, we
The
did.
Freedom of Information
bollocks?
Act
Ready?
lawsuit,
Okay.
essentially.
Mosul Orb. Oh my God. Scary as hell.
Dude, yeah.
Could you imagine?
Yeah,
being
no, I
there?
couldn't.
Let's replay it in slow motion. There. Nope, same motion.
Yeah. But imagine if we played that in slow
Anyway,
motion.
That's one of them. Okay, so that's the Mosul Orb. So it's these.
Hold on.
Yeah.
In all seriousness,
I know.
okay, it's a
FOIA
short,
litigation.
it's a
Jeremy's
short video.
funny, man.
He doesn't know he's unintentionally funny.
That's what I.
But look at this.
Yeah.
This is actually something to be. It's fucking great. But it's actually like, whoa, right?
No, it's anomalous. Dude, a metal ball is flying through the air over a war zone with no means of propulsion. It's a metal ball.
It's a
not,
ball.
The wind didn't pick it up. The thing is
Somebody didn't throw
it's
it.
a big ball of steel flying through the air under its own control. It's what is it?
Self
Intelligently controlled. Being intelligently
Autonomously-
whatever we want to say.
control. Whatever words fit in there
Mm-hmm.
properly.
Fill in the blank. You're a smart audience. So that's the Mosul Orb.
You put it on them when you can't think of a word.
Yeah, exactly. The big one that gets little play, though it should, is the Betz Sphere. Did you hear this story about the Betz Sphere?
It sounds familiar.
So this
I bet I
family,
have.
it's this well-off family that lives in like a castle. They've got all these acres of land. They're not like money-seeking hoaxers, okay? just a normal family in the 70s. There's a little bit of a brush fire. There's a ball of steel. They just this perfect sphere in the brush.
Okay.
And it's on their property, and they're like, you know what? Let's take it home. I've got a video.
It is at their home. It's on the property.
Let's
take it inside.
I'll tell you what happened to it. But I've got a short that talks about the sphere and shows you some of the anomalous behavior that this thing exhibited. And then we're going to move into the Buga Sphere, which is the one that's being analyzed right now. We just got this thing like a couple
a
weeks
small
ago.
bush fire near their residence in George Island,
full?
Florida.
Can we
The
full
family
screen?
came across a small metal sphere the size of a bowling ball. Their first thought
this
was
thing
the
is
sphere had been a
bizarre.
cannonball left from New World conquistadors. They decided to take the sphere back to their house. Several days later, Terry was playing the guitar in their home. The sphere seemed to react to the sound of the guitar. It made a throbbing noise. Later, the sphere was noticed to roll on its own and even stop on its own
Shut up.
It
and
won't fall
change
off
direction.
edges.
The
It
Betzes
stops
reported that the
itself.
sphere moved
Like
on
a
its own
Roomba.
several times, and that it would follow people around the house, seemingly on its own.
That's a real video.
The family concluded that because
This.
it moved more ferociously, when the sun was shining brilliantly, and was subject
That it was
to solar
solar-powered.
radiations, Terry began his own experiments. When struck with a hammer or shaken, it rang loudly and rolled all over his room. The family put the Betz Sphere in a box to prevent it from rolling around the
It
home.
would just do its own thing. That's
Crazy.
what's wild.
You see nothing. You see nothing.
What the crazy thing with the Betz Sphere, they see that so the person that rolls it, it'll roll around the room, but come back to that person. So even if there's 5 people in the room, the person that rolled it, it'll roll back to that person. So it almost, it's like connected to you, like your consciousness almost. It wouldn't roll to another person.
But what if the next person rolls it?
Then it goes
doesn't
back
matter
to them.
who rolls it.
Whoever rolls it,
It has
comes
no
back to
allegiances.
them. No. So,
Okay.
and that's it. I think that plays into what these things might be.
Human.
There's a connection there that's being made with it.
They're human.
They would put it on a table and tilt the table, and when it would get to the edge, it would stop and go up the table.
Oh, it defied gravity?
It would defy gravity, basically. So this thing
Wicked.
was intelligently controlling itself. They didn't know how it worked. They had it analyzed, and guess what they found inside of it?
Balls.
Smaller spheres. And when they analyzed it, this is in the 70s, mind you. So the technology that we have today,
At its best.
Yeah, the technology wasn't quite where we have it now. But
No, we've
with
only
what
made
they
the
had,
most, the biggest
insane
leaps in
leaps
science
since the 70s.
imaginable.
Literally,
since then. The world has changed.
we don't even
since
know what we have, dude.
Dude, AI blows my mind every day.
And that's what we have access to. The AI that we have access to is so absurd. Imagine what we don't have access to. Like that shit.
I can't.
Yeah, that shit must be insane. Like
No. Yeah.
full on put you in prison, like insane. Like they can
you in
recreate.
prison.
Yeah, they could recreate you doing anything,
Oh,
saying
oh, oh.
anything.
Yeah, it can recreate stuff to make you.
It's almost like video in a courtroom is going to be completely.
Oh, no, yeah.
yeah.
They're not going to have that as evidence anymore.
Yeah.
It,
And
it, it'll be
people's
like,
memories
it'll
are
go
terrible.
they're the worst. The people's memories are the worst.
So what do we do? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're pretty screwed once this AI
So
stuff gets too
there,
good.
there has to be, and you can't even, I was going to say like some kind of watermark on like specific videos that, AI, I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, there has to be like checks and balances, but there's always going to be
Something.
people that are going to be bypassing those. And if you're a government using it for nefarious purposes, you're not going to watermark your shit. You know what I mean? Like we didn't do that. Look, we have it on video. We were standing way over there, like picking flowers. Yeah,
But your watermark. I heard about the Sphere. That's a good Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi.
No, that's a good Wi-Fi's breakdown on it. I'm sure there is. They never really explained how it rolled and came back.
Yeah, so
And then
they
she said, "What up, fools?"
so let's get into that. They have these scientists check it out, right?
Matt, what's up? There he is.
Welcome to the show. Yeah, everybody good. We got a good chat already.
Hey.
So they find these little smaller spheres in it. They do these tests and find that the material inside the sphere has an atomic weight of 140. So we've never made anything,
what
and
does
nothing
that
on
mean?
Earth is above 118. I think is the highest
What's
that
an
we've ever
atomic
done.
weight?
The amount of protons in an atom. That's what determines the weight. So remember Lazar said element 115 is what made UFO crafts fly. Element 115.
Yes,
So
of course.
We synthesized 115 for a fraction of a second we were able, and it was unstable, right?
Okay, yeah.
So the atomic weight of 140 is so heavy
What? Yeah.
that they were scared.
That affects its actual like weight.
No. That's just the atomic weight.
One of them.
So the amount of protons it has. So when we
How does that affect an object?
when we enrich uranium, we use uranium because it's a heavy
give
element.
it-
Because the more protons it has, the more
So this makes it an
damage it can
unstable.
do.
What does it? What does this do? If something has
Well, no. So
high
it shows
atomic
that it's not
density.
from this Earth. There's nothing natural on this planet that has an atomic weight of 140, which means whatever it is had to be synthesized.
what if it was enriched or something like that? Is that possible?
We've
Okay.
never been able to get something past 118. That's the highest to this day. With modern
Our
science,
highest record is
118. We can get to 118
And this
using
has
particle colliders.
And Jesus, and this has an atomic weight of
140.
118, and we can get to 118. This
Yep.
is
We
140.
can get to 118 now. In the 70s, I think the highest they were able to get to was 88, 89, something like that.
88.
It could be, 88.
That was in the 80s. 88 miles per hour.
Yeah.
Okay,
So-
so that's odd.
They're very odd, which made it anomalous and otherworldly to the people that were studying it. They're like, if it's 140, it's not from here, okay?
Even
So-
if we tried, we could only get to 118.
Yeah, today. Not back then. So they were freaked out. In fact, they were so scared, it prevented them from cutting or drilling into it to see what was inside because they were afraid it would explode,
Yeah.
that it would go unstable and it would be a nuclear explosion.
Fair,
Right?
fair,
Yeah.
fair.
Good idea. Don't cut it open.
Yeah, don't do that.
Leave it alone. Just a ball that follows you around almost like a dog. It's kind of
I'd be so curious though. I'd smash it open immediately.
You'd want to know.
I'd
well,
need to.
you know who was curious about it? The
The
U.S. Navy.
NOL, that's it.
Yeah,
US
well,
Navy.
pretty much. The U.S. Navy, they came to them and said, we want to analyze this thing. And the guy was like, no, sorry, we're not letting it out of our sight. And then they were like, it could be unexploded ordnance, and you might have something in your house that could destroy your whole family. And then the guy was like, Betz was like, okay, I'll let you analyze it. Just, give it back. You can have it for 5 days or whatever, okay?
Okay.
So they analyze it, they give it back, fine. Then the National Enquirer is running this big contest. They're going to give away money if you have any alien material or UFO material that can be proven to be from out of this world. They'll pay you money. So
Have they ever paid anybody previously?
nobody's ever been able to bring proof, right? So they put together a panel of scientists. One of the scientists is J. Allen Hynek. He used to run Project Blue Book.
Blue Book.
Yeah. So Hynek's on the panel. And Betz, the Sphere has gone viral back then in newspapers all over the world, on television, right? People knew about it because it was such a weird
70s
object.
virality, yes.
Even journalists would show up and they're like, "This is bullshit. I'm here just to prove
And then it would
that it's
follow
not
them
real."
around
And then
and
it would
shit.
follow them around the
Yeah.
bucket, and they're like, okay, it's real." And so
as they're writing.
literally,
as
he's
they're
like, "This is holy shit! Did it just go up a table?"
it's writing that.
Yeah.
Did it just
Holy
fucking
shit! It
go?
went up a table.
Yeah, holy shit, this is wild.
Ah.
Genius.
Yeah.
What movie is that? Holy Grail? Monty
yeah,
Python.
yeah, it is.
It says, help me.
Yeah.
He must have been dying. If he's dying, why would he spend the time to write,
Precisement.
Genius.
Yeah.
All right.
So they bring it to the National Enquirer panel where J. Allen Hynek gets to analyze it. And they come to the conclusion that they can't prove it's extraterrestrial, so they don't get the money, or they don't win the contest. But they do say that it is the most anomalous object there and that it requires further testing. So J. Allen Hynek gets involved and he says, let me take a look at this thing. And I'll
Let
tell
me
you
try
what
my
it is.
maneuvers.
Leave it with us. And the
Heimlich maneuvers.
I didn't make that connection.
Delta Airlines, baby. You just got a ticket to Delta Airlines.
Nice.
Because it's an airplane joke.
It is
Another one that went over your head.
Yeah.
Jesus
I'm like, what
Christ.
does Delta have to do with this?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
By the way, the G-Man said, I wonder how many spheres are in the fucking, he didn't say that part, and he didn't say friggin' Smithsonian Vault.
so we're gonna get into more spheres. We just showed you the Mosul Orb. I'm telling you about the Betz Sphere, We know that a viral Buga Sphere exists. I'm gonna tie all these together. We're gonna get into this. There's more than one already.
You've seen the thumb. You've read the titles. You've looked at the
Yeah.
description. You know
There's multiple.
that spheres are talking to each other. Wait, what,
Yeah, well,
what are these guys going on about, man? These
we're-
guys are always saying crazy stuff.
we're getting
What are they
there.
saying today?
Yeah. Let's get there. So
Let's find out.
Hynek and the other scientists on the panel for the National Enquirer, they say, let us keep the sphere.
You really burned him with that
for
pronunciation. With the National Enquirer.
Because, I mean, go on.
It is the National Enquirer.
Yeah.
Elvis was found alive.
According to the Men in Black, though, that's the best way to find alien material. Like, yeah, this is how we find our...
Princess Diana was, in fact, a Zilong from Planet Zoo.
Yeah, that was good.
my,
Tommy Lee Jones. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, I was gonna do it, but I'm like, I don't have a good
shouldn't
line.
have. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you just say anything that has anything to do with anything.
Fortune smiles on another day or whatever. When he was Two-Face.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say
Yeah.
that's almost.
Goal! Well done, CT.
Wow.
It's also
Oh, perfect. CT, you couldn't be better. With the very, very generous donation
Yep.
saying goal of 1999, dude.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Thank you, CT. You freaking rock.
And you got a cool badge. Okay.
Yeah, you do. Wow.
All
What
right.
a
So
stud.
these National Enquirer scientists, which included J. Allen Hynek, take possession of the sphere. Betz lets them do it. They say, let us run some further tests. We think you got something cool here. Then they give it back a few days later, and the Betz family has to beg them to give it back, right? They don't want to give it back. They're taking it longer than they're supposed to.
Yeah.
And then they give them back a metal ball, but
Sons of
it's
bitches.
not the same one. It doesn't move. It doesn't react to sound. It doesn't vibrate. It doesn't hum. It doesn't do any of the things that it did before. And now there's a welding seam around it that wasn't there before either.
great.
So they
It
gave
says
them...
Mattel on the bottom.
Exactly.
What the fuck is
They
this?
pulled a fast one. And what's crazy is when J. Allen Hynek passed, amongst his personal effects, like things that he kept in his house, was a metal sphere. So he might have taken it.
He did an old switcheroo.
Which is so wrong. Hynek, man, what an interesting character.
And he died
that
of
guy.
radiation poisoning. We'll never know.
Wonder what happened.
Yeah.
He died holding it.
Yeah. But he loved it.
So that's the Betz Sphere story, okay? So there was an anomalous sphere. It reacted to sound. It would react to people, individual people, so at a consciousness level, right? It was able to tell who pushed it and come back to them. It could defy gravity, go uphill. It would fall off edges, and it
Wouldn't fall
It was
off
under its
edges,
own
yeah.
control, right? It controlled itself and did what it wanted to do. But
It would follow you around the room. Yeah, it's
like a
pretty
dog,
nuts.
yeah. But it seemed to react to sound frequencies, and it would create its own vibrational hum. And
What
it
if-
also reacted to people, individuals.
What if it's like an alien dog, like a pet,
so?
but it's inanimate?
I think that's
Check it out.
downplaying it a little bit. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, no. What if all you had to do was say the right commands or say the right things, and it opens up? It's like in Superman,
Yeah.
in
get
Man
it.
of Steel.
Yeah.
You know, the little things come out.
Yep.
It's like, oh, fucking ask me any question. It's basically Siri. It's ChatGPT in a ball.
Yeah.
What about that? You didn't think of that, did you?
I actually did, because the scientists studying the Buga Sphere
Said exactly what you're saying.
are noticing that the spheres are talking back to them now. So let's get into the Buga Sphere. This one is being studied by tons of scientists from all over the world.
The call is coming from
of
this
repute.
inside the sphere.
Yeah, so let's
Yeah.
get into the conversation side of this. So the sphere was found in Colombia. Let's show the video. This is what happened. It was flying around. It fell. A guy took it into his possession and gave it to science.
Pull up the video.
Here it is.
Oh, do I have to? I have
Yeah,
to do it.
this is it. So this is the Buga Sphere. You could turn the sound off.
Turn the sound up.
All the way up.
Oh no!
And all the way up. So yeah, so they watch this thing and they videotape it for a
Wait,
while.
this is the video.
This is the Buga
What?
Sphere, yeah. So they're just thinking it's some, another Mosul Orb type thing, right? They're a UFO, some sort of anomalous UAP object. So they start filming it,
Yeah.
but they don't realize that it's about to come crashing to the ground.
No shit.
And they're able to take it, and they do. How crazy. Look at this. It's just flying.
Could you imagine one of those things like something crazy you're filming and it falls in front of you? You're like, oh.
Of course you have to take
I didn't
it.
know what to do. At
You,
this
you
point.
hope that like when you touch it, it
I
goes
didn't.
like inside you and you become Meteor Man.
Blue Beetle, Meteor Man.
Yeah, that's what happened to Meteor Man.
I remember the movie.
Yeah.
But
By touching
Blue
it gave
Beetle
you
or something
power.
cooler would be dope.
Yeah,
Like,
Blue Beetle.
or like
That seems like because it's in control. I don't. It's like kind of like Hulk where you can't control
no,
it.
only in that stupid movie. Like in the comics and stuff. I guess it has its own sentience, but
Yeah.
he's in control. He's like, I want two giant guns. I want a bed. You know, it does whatever.
But does it say no?
Why would it
Like
do that?
Hulk.
No.
Hulk, I need you to come out now. No.
Oh yeah.
Hulk
What do you
smash.
mean? No. Yeah. Thunderclap.
Yeah, thunderclap. So it flies around for a minute and jumped to 4 minutes and 15 seconds.
I think it's been 4 minutes and 15 seconds. Okay.
4 minutes, 15 seconds. So we can see them take it into possession.
It's short for
Right
possession.
here, yeah. Look
Yeah, I
at
know
it.
it.
So it falls to the ground. They
I've seen
say
this,
it
yeah.
it hit a power line,
We saw
and
this
that's what
last
took it
week.
down. Yeah. And so
Wasn't there a video of it hitting a power line?
no, they don't have that on video, but because it fell to the ground, the guy pulls up the camera. They go find it. They
Buga
film
Sphere, right
themselves
there, baby.
taking it into possession.
What did G-Man say?
From all of these whistleblowers, a lot of them claim there's different types of species of aliens. So if that's the case, all of their peers communicate together, or each civilization has their own sphere, possibly. So let's get into what these things. Yeah, are they disparate? Are they from different places, or are they all connected in some way? That's the question that we're gonna answer.
So
today.
we saw a little bit about this last week. We talked a little bit.
We
the
mentioned
carvings
it.
on it. And well, we watched like a video.
Yeah,
The markings and stuff on it. Crazy.
yeah,
So nuts.
yeah. So this.
So you think this
thing-
is real? Like you think this actually fell out of the sky and these people grabbed it?
As soon as they got it, they sent it to Mexico to be analyzed. These are the same guys that were analyzing the Peru mummies, right? They sent it to that guy, and he brought in a team of scientists, okay? These scientists, from all different disciplines, from all around the world, he wants them to know it's not a hoax. The only way to convince the world it's not a hoax is you got to bring in the scientific community and open it up to them.
Yes.
That's what they've done with this sphere. They're not hiding it, not letting anyone test it. They're doing all the tests.
Great minds, come
Which
come
is smart.
forth.
Exactly.
Check it out.
I want you to know this is real. This is
Yeah.
the real deal. So come look at it.
Also, help us out. Hey, nuclear physicist, let us know what you think. Hey, metallic
Exactly.
expert, let us
Yeah.
know what you think. Yeah.
Yep, they got a metallurgist in there. Yeah. So the makeup of the Buga Sphere. I almost wish it's on the thumb. I almost wish we had a picture of the carvings. I'm sure
We
you could find that real
do.
quick. Yeah. Pull the Buga Sphere up just so people can see it. While
Oh,
while
I'll
I
just pull it
explain
up on the internet.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Okay.
Just
Or
Google search because it's interesting. So it has all
we
these.
could use our thumbnail picture, I guess.
It has, yeah, sure. It has all these glyphs and runes on it, and they did decipher them, which is interesting. So when you have it, I'll explain what they say. So what they did is they used AI to try and make sense of the language because it looks kind of like a cuneiform or a hieroglyphic language of some kind where it's using symbols as words. So when they ran it through AI, what they came up with was this. This is what it says. See the writing around the center there? Around what looks to be like a microchip with these dots around. So if you interpret those runes, it says origin of birth through union and energy in the cycle of transformation, meeting point of unity, expansion, and consciousness. So the aliens obviously ran what they wanted to say through Google Translate.
Yeah. Why is that?
Or they thought like, oh, when they read this, they'll get it.
Yeah.
Right? Because they're probably like way up
We're
here.
advanced, yeah.
Yeah. And so like,
What?
they
even talking about these guys?
they're like trying to talk down to us and like, and I'm pretty sure they still thought we'd understand, but we don't get it.
We're too
Origin
dumb.
of birth through union and energy in the cycle of transformation, meeting
Blah,
point of
blah,
unity,
blah.
expansion, consciousness. Okay. Let's talk about some of the weird anomalous effects of the sphere. What were you gonna say?
Nothing. I was gonna make up my interpretation. I'm glad we moved on. Go on.
Moving on. So one thing strange about this is it's cold to the touch. Okay. We have fighter pilots all the time that when they get these UAPs on their trackers, on their gun cameras, they show up.
Radar.
They show not radar, but those gun cameras. Those they show their heat. What are the heat vision?
Thermal.
Thermal. Thank you. So the thermal cameras pick them up as being colder than the outside air temperature.
Yeah.
And they're flying 2,000 miles per hour.
What was the thing we saw last week? Was it this sphere where they heat it up and it's still like cold to the touch?
Yep. So that's another anomalous thing about this sphere. So it's cold to the touch, and it reminded me of these craft that fly around colder than the outside air temperature. You would think something going 2,000 miles per hour would produce heat, but they don't. This doesn't either.
So if this thing could glow, I would say orbs and these are one and the same.
That could be.
Because orbs are glowy these.
Some people say that the orbs go through things, though. They go through walls. They go...
When you activate the glow option,
maybe
it can...
It's like vision.
Oh, yeah.
It's like
it
vibranium.
can adjust its density.
Yeah, there you go.
Be like, you know what?
Phasing, they called it in the MCU.
Sure.
It could phase. So this, we don't know if it can phase.
Phase 1, 2, 3.
But it's cold to the touch. And what's interesting is when they would use like the little heat thermometer thing, you know, that where you push the button to find the different temperatures. The same area, but like, you know,
the laser ones that are cool.
It is like a cool laser one. So when they would use those thermometers, they would get a different reading in the same spot multiple times. So like at first it'd be this temperature,
So the temperature
and then they read the
changes.
temperature again, and it would be completely different.
So what the fuck does that mean?
The metallurgist, when he was analyzing it, would see it would be the outside layer was a certain density in one area, and then when he would come back to that same area, the density had changed.
And it couldn't eat tree nuts. Metallurgist, allergist. Okay, that was a reach.
So that's a far reach. But that it could change its density in specific areas somehow. When they poured water on it, the water evaporated immediately.
What does that mean?
So what does that
mean? Hot?
It's not. So it's cold, but somehow it was able to evaporate water instantly upon touch.
Would there be a benefit to that when you're flying?
So that's what I was thinking, right? So so how does water evaporate? The molecules move quicker. Kinetically, they move faster, and that allows it to separate and become a gas. Yes. So what if whatever field that's being created around this object has the ability to interact with the molecules around it? So it can speed up water molecules.
Accordingly.
It can
whatever
speed up,
it needs to do.
What if it sped up air molecules? There you go. So when you speed up air molecules, you increase the air pressure. It actually increases, which would give you lift. If you had enough air pressure. So you can. That's what hovering is using air pressure to push something up.
Sure.
So if it can interact with the molecules of the water, maybe it can interact with the molecules of the air. This is all speculation.
Dude,
because we
spheres.
Don't know.
Who knew spheres were so interesting?
They're freaking
Guys, I don't
insane.
think you guys did. But if you did, that's cool. Either way, make sure to hit like and subscribe if you haven't already.
Yeah.
We appreciate it. We never remember to ask.
That's true.
So we're asking you right now. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. We have a lot of fun and funny stuff we're going to get to.
Yes.
But I think the sphere stuff is very interesting.
It's wild.
So we need to talk about it. By the way, if you enjoy our content, we have a lot of pre-recorded stuff we're going to be working on that's going to be coming out. Also, if you want to become a member, it's only 99 cents a month, and it helps us produce our content.
Only 99 cents? Are
Jared,
we insane?
You heard me right. But hey, we're doing it. One time only.
One time only. There you go.
Every month.
Thanks, Chase.
And then Chase comes in. Yeah. Clutch. Thank you. Hit that like, hit the subscribe. And if you want to be cool like Chase, you can donate or become a member like CT or both like CT. Guys, thank you so much. We love you. But real quick for Chase.
Yeah. All right. We're now coming to a complete halt. So now
halt or not?
So the water, So water evaporates on it, which is weird. Which means it can interact with the environment somehow and with molecules. So another weird thing, they picked up radio signals coming off of this, different frequencies, and it was intermittent. It wasn't constantly giving off of these signals. It would just intermit.
So another sign of potential intelligence.
And if it's sending messages, where are they going and who is picking them up, right? That's a weird thing to find out.
Is it sending messages, you think? Well, it's sporadic, I guess. It's not
so
like
intermittently
constant.
It's just sending out like little messages. And so
help me.
Yeah.
It's me, Buga.
I'm freaking out over here, guys.
Dude, Felicity now. What is
How's it
going on? What is going on? How's it going? It's going better now with y'all's.
Yeah. You guys make it fun.
You make the world go round.
Yeah.
CT, Chase, and Felicity. Thank you so much. You guys freaking. Thank you.
Okay, so radio signals are coming off of these things.
Crazy.
So they start to wonder, are we being affected physically by being around this thing? If it's giving off weird radio signals and frequencies.
What else is it
was
giving off that we're not noticing?
Right. It's giving off, it hums certain frequencies sometimes on its own, and they can't predict when it's going to do it. It just does it. Just like the Betz Sphere, when he was playing the guitar, it started to sing, basically. It started to create its own hum, its own frequencies. This thing does that too. So this sphere is giving off some sort of signals.
And it sounds just like the chick from The Fifth Element.
Oh, that'd be the best.
Dude.
It sings opera.
It sings opera with like 6 vocal cords though.
Yeah.
Like that movie.
So what they did is they took EEG readings of the
Yo,
scientists.
coming in even the
Look at this
clutchiest. Garbage, man. The G-Man himself.
G-Man himself.
He said, keep it up. G-Man, 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 G-Man. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, everybody. You guys rock, dude. We're so lucky.
Yeah.
We're blessed. We're blessed. They love the orb talk.
Yeah, it's fun stuff.
Spheres, orbs. Keep going.
So
Keep it up.
They start taking EEG readings of the scientists that are interacting with this thing to see if it's affecting brainwaves at all, because it's giving off all of these frequencies. They start to notice an increase of alpha and beta waves in people's brains when they're interacting with the sphere.
Oh, I must have been around it because all my alpha waves that are coming off.
So yeah, these are like when you're so these are like the creativity waves. Like when you're in like a state of peace or harmony, these are like the waves that come out, right? And so this sphere was taking away people's anxiety. They were reporting feelings of less anxiety, feelings of happiness, of joy,
Erectile
of
dysfunction,
harmony,
no,
peacefulness.
unfortunately.
Yeah, it totally destroys your section. Unfortunately, your organs
You are totally at peace.
are mushed. Yeah.
But wah wah.
But what this meant was it was interacting with people's consciousness. Different scientists and different people studying the sphere would have these different dreams. Depending on who they were, they would dream different things.
That's usually how dreams work.
And well, specific though, like geometric shapes or patterns, things like that. If they were a mathematician, they would see geometric patterns. If they were an artist, they would see like
Geometric patterns.
No, something that had to do with their discipline. It was weird.
It's old people that would see geometric. If it was an architect,
Yeah, it was just geometric patterns every fucking time. Yeah. But
that's it.
so as they started studying this thing closer, the metallurgists started to notice that more glyphs were forming on the orb the more they interacted with it. So it started talking back. So not just the glyphs that were
is that
already
what that
there.
means?
Yeah, it was interacting with the people around it, and it was starting to send messages to those people through itself. It was little, but at a
Thumbs up
microscopic
emoji.
level, whatever, right? Just some sort of glyph. Glyphs were starting to appear, but they could only see them under microscopes because they were slowly forming as they were interacting with it longer and longer.
Weird.
That's freaking weird. So this thing is interacting with consciousness.
Dude,
and
could
it's
you
almost
imagine
alive.
you would like come up, you'd develop a bond with this thing. Oh my God, look, it knows that I love triangles. You know, who knows, whatever. the thing
Whatever,
is.
yeah.
I told her about my friend Betsy, and look, it says Betsy. You know,
Well, because of the language, it's in
it
runes.
says Betsy
we
in
don't know.
runeology.
Yeah, I mean, it's a Rorschach test.
Ink blot test.
Yeah.
Go on.
Good. So because of all the hubbub around this, the Buga Sphere,
Yeah.
there was this museum in Bogota that was like,
Is everything start with a B?
well, this is also South America, right? A museum nearby in Bogota, Colombia, heard about all of these experiments and all of what they were getting out of the Buga Sphere. And they said, oh, wait, we have something cataloged that we've had since the 1940s. It's this metal sphere. It's just in the basement, just gathering dust since the 40s. We thought it was some sort of ceremonial like weight or something. Like they didn't know what it was.
Oh yeah.
They never
Good
analyzed
genius, real
it.
smart.
Right? They just immediately were like,
So it's heavy. What are you? Probably a weight then, yeah.
this is archaeology. This is why they think the pyramids are tombs. Because
like we said at the end of that video, every
discipline's got
has
these guys.
a Zahi Hawass.
Exactly. There's always a Zahi.
Somebody
in the
who's
way.
like, oh my God, look, it's following me around the room. No, it's paperweight. It's like,
that's what they did. They were like, it's a paperweight.
no,
they
look,
put it in the basement.
it's an imprint of my face as I'm talking. Nope.
It was the
Paperweight.
1940s, so let's give them a break because they didn't have. It's not like they barely knew anything about the UAP subject. First of all, they weren't even willing to admit aliens were even a possibility, really. And why would they think, ooh, this ball is something special? They found it in a cave, in some South American cave, and they're just like, oh, ceremonial.
Because it's a metallic ball you found in
nonsense.
a cave, maybe.
With other relics,
This is gold. Fuck the sphere. Yeah,
exactly, yeah.
Look at this
You've got these
crown.
cool, exactly
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
It's just some stupid metal sphere to them.
Yeah.
So because of all this, they're like, maybe we should take a look at that sphere that's been gathering dust for 80 years. And they do. And they go and first thing they do is X-ray it, and guess what's inside?
Little spheres.
More little spheres. It had the exact same 3-layer makeup as the Buga Sphere. It's 3 layered metals with smaller spheres inside of it.
Clearly no relation.
And yeah, exactly. The exact
the
relation.
exact
It's the
thing.
Betz Sphere was the same. The Buga Sphere is the same. And
When
now
they
this
got
Bogota
together,
sphere.
they molded together
So-
and became one big sphere.
What would happen, right? I would love to know if we brought them all together. Is it like what
Wind
the
would
skulls,
start
the
blowing,
crystal
yeah.
skulls, right?
Oh, yeah.
They put them all together and it does.
Was there more than one crystal skull?
There was, and there is. They're real. The crystal skulls are real. No, they are.
What, after the movie, people made replicas?
No, the movie even talks about the guy.
These are real.
The
In
original.
1933, a man named
Yes,
Bogota
this is a true story.
Bogus found a sphere. Wait, what was it?
It's called the Mitchell Hedges skull.
skull.
There we go. So if you want to look into that, that's a real thing. The crystal skull. It's called
Mitch Hedberg.
Mitchell Hedges. He found it while excavating in South America. And it's a perfect piece of quartz.
Ooh, GL, good to have you here, buddy.
There he is.
I heard that that game is dope as hell. Dying Light. It's a zombie game, and
GL.
it's Dying Light because they come out at night, I think only, and so
They mostly come out at night.
mostly.
Mostly.
So you have to run, hurry, and correct me if I'm wrong here, GL, but you got to go gather all your stuff, and then when night comes, you start hearing the
Kind of
noises.
like I Am Legend.
Dude, what a fucking movie.
That's such a good
Dude, people
movie.
shit on that movie because the ending sucks. But if they see the original ending that it was supposed to be, it's so good. So do you remember the ending of I Am Legend? The ending of I Am Legend? Then we can get back to this sphere talk.
Yeah, he's in the room.
He pulls the
lets
grenade
all
and
of
goes,
yeah, and then doesn't he end up living though and getting to this
No, he
fortress where he gives
He
the
pulls
cure
a grenade. He gives it to her. He says,
to her and
"Hey,
they get
random
it."
woman,
Yeah,
go and do
Don't
your
they
thing."
get they end up getting to like a stronghold where
She
they're-
does, yeah.
with the
and hopefully
with the
they
cure.
replicate it. Yep,
Yeah.
that's the ending that they went with. The one that they filmed that they should have went with was, as opposed to him pulling the pin
Yeah.
and jumping at him, I'm a badass.
That was cool. Why would you get rid of that?
Because here's why. Instead, they had him. They had like the main zombie dude. So he breaks in, and they're all trying to escape.
There's always a main zombie that's somehow smarter than the
Yeah, I
others.
know, right?
I like the Vegas one. That's my favorite zombie movie for sure. Army of the Dead.
Weird.
Dude.
Okay.
Who made that? It was somebody.
Zack
great.
Snyder.
Yeah, Snyder.
But
And the prequel, the safe cracker, who breaks into the safe.
mhm.
That he's like that Swedish guy. I
yeah,
think?
yeah. What prequel?
That's the prequel to Army of the Dead. You haven't seen it? Oh my god.
What is the prequel?
What do you mean? What's it called?
Yeah.
Ooh, I can't remember the
Oh,
name.
but it's about that dude.
Yeah,
Anyway,
that
okay.
it's his story, and then it leads directly into him going to Vegas, and then it starts that. Army
Oh,
of the
that's
Dead.
sort of fun.
It's a perfect. Oh,
Okay.
dude, no, it's really good. And then you find out how he's able to
that's
break
why
into
he
this
knows how to do
unbreakable
that.
safe.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
it's
cool.
Very.
But so I Am Legend at the end.
Yeah.
What happens is instead of that, they break down and they go in. It's still in the science lab, just like the other ending. But instead of going and attacking Will Smith and stuff, the main guy just grabs one of the patients. It was like his girl.
Oh.
He was just there. He wanted to save his chick. And he knew that like the guy was like doing work on him and stuff. So he's just there. He takes his
Isn't
chick.
that the story? He takes the main zombie's girlfriend. That is the story.
No.
He sets a trap and captures her. Yeah.
No. He captures them to try and come up with a cure.
Right, but
he didn't realize he had the
reason-
main zombie's chick. No.
Yeah. I thought that was the.
No, he didn't know that there was interpersonal relationships between the
He
zombies.
didn't, but doesn't the audience know
No,
that
we
was
don't.
his girl? Because
No.
when they take her,
No.
it's daylight, and he's freaking out that he can't get to her in time.
But we just think that it's him.
I think we knew.
No,
it
that's
was
not.
his-
That's not even him capturing the one. That's just when his dog went in, and then they had to run out, and then they set a trap on him.
Okay, I
But
swear
they
that
set a
we
trap on
see
the
this.
girl, and they captured her, and then he was pissed. We didn't know that they had this thing. We didn't
I
even.
think
We thought
we
they were
did.
thoughtless zombies. No, the whole movie we think they're thoughtless, crazy creatures.
No, he wants her back. I really think that's an
I don't know.
obvious part of the
I
movie.
don't know what you're talking about. No, it's
Yeah,
not, man.
It is. Okay,
Dude.
it's not.
Yeah, you sound nuts,
No, go watch the film again,
bro.
So
you're so
No,
silly.
that was an obvious part of the film. And
Jared. We don't even
replicated
realize
in
that
Army of the Dead.
they're not. That they even think. We thought they're just crazy things.
Right, until we see that he gets angry about
We think,
the
he's just a
specific
one
he
that is
takes.
sort of smarter than the others.
Yeah,
Yeah, we don't know
which
that he's
he
in love
is.
with one of the victims.
We do because of his reaction when he takes her. He
Well, then you saw
he
things-
almost goes into the
Because that was an
sunlight.
alternate cut, so maybe you saw stuff that the audience didn't.
Maybe
because they
He-
took all that out.
He almost goes into
Yeah.
the light to get to her.
I remember he was
because
pissed.
he it was not
What, to get to
just
him, not to her.
No, to get her to save her.
Maybe I
Yeah.
didn't realize, but yeah, that's not a thing that like the audience knew
read
that
into.
he
No.
loves this woman and stuff. Yeah, we just thought
They were a couple.
zombies.
I just remember that.
You can't because that wasn't the storyline. They cut it out.
No, they cut out the ending, but
Okay.
the storyline was he.
Well, let's
was
rewatch it.
hunting-
Then we'll revisit this next
We
week.
could. Okay, so this sphere is interacting with people's brain waves. It's also interacting with their consciousness, right? So they start to wonder. It's trying to talk to them. It's creating new glyphs. The more depending on who it's with, it's trying to create glyphs to speak to these people. So they know that at some level, this thing is conscious and it interacts with consciousness.
Is the movie with the locksmith or the lockpick guy? Is it Army of Thieves?
That's it. Yeah, Army of Thieves,
GL just said
and then Army of the
The
Dead.
first one is Army of Thieves, and the
Hell
second
yeah.
one is Army of Dead.
It's so
Dead.
good. Army of Thieves is so good, dude. And Zack Snyder. It's a total action.
Zack
film.
Snyder directed this?
Yes. If it lived on its own, it would be its own great movie. Army of the Dead being a sequel just makes it even better.
With Dave Bautista.
Because it's a whole thing where they have to break into these specific safes because the world's going crazy. The zombie
it's
thing's
still
happening.
that, of course. Yeah,
So they know this is
fun.
happening, and there's
Snyder directed that one too? though?
yes.
Oh,
he
shit.
dude, it's so good, and it's the same character. And it's cool to see what happens to him and how he ends up in Vegas at the end. So because it interacts with the consciousness, and then they had this other sphere, and they started doing the tests and realizing it was doing the same thing. They started to realize that the spheres were interacting with each other and other relics. When they would bring other relics from South America around the sphere, the
not just
relics started to hum and create vibrational
not
frequency.
just other spheres, other objects.
Other objects, ceremonial
that were
objects.
found around the same time,
Yeah.
around the same place.
So what does that mean? And depending on who the person was, it would vibrate at different frequencies. It knew individuals, just like the Betz Sphere would come back to the same person. The Buga Sphere would give off a different frequency for each person it interacted with, the different scientists, okay?
Okay.
So they got a bunch of, people from the university to come and spend time with it, and they started logging all of this behavior. So now that we know that there's all of these spheres, and there are more in other museums and that have been in private collections all around the world.
Like J-Man was saying, how many are there out there?
Now-
he
yeah.
said at the Smithsonian, wherever. Who knows?
Yeah, how many? Yeah, Smithsonian probably has like 20.
How many of those people who were like, oh, we have one back in our fucking warehouse?
Yeah.
man." It's like, dude,
This guy
what?
was just happened to do that.
No.
How many guys don't do that? Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
they hear the Buga Sphere story and they're like, oh, don't we have like a
They don't. No,
bowling
they don't
ball?"
even make the
They
relation.
didn't even watch it.
Yeah, exactly.
They didn't even watch it.
Yeah, they're not even
So they
interested.
don't even know. But they're giving off different frequencies for different people, interacting with the consciousness of different people.
Creepy.
So let's kind of speculate. What could these spheres be? They come with a message, right? And they're measuring vibrational frequencies of the consciousness of the people on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
And they're spread out all around the globe. Okay. So
If
theory. Go ahead.
it is aliens, put them there.
Right.
And if we're too shitty,
Yep.
global annihilation.
Maybe.
They all link up.
They're sending messages. Maybe they're sending messages of where we're at vibrationally.
Yeah.
Where
Oh,
we're
these guys'
at,
vibrations are so shit right now.
where our consciousness is. Yeah.
They
So it's
stopped
reading
listening
that.
to Kanye. We need them back
They
listening to
still have
Kanye.
nukes.
Yeah.
Shit like that. So what if they're flying around?
They
all
still
over
use
the Earth?
gasoline cars
Exactly, yeah.
that drive on roads.
They'll get there.
Yeah.
They'll get there. Let's give them time because these things.
That's
could
what
have
the
been here
Buga
for
Sphere. The
10,000
Buga
years
Sphere is
old.
like a homie to the humans.
Yeah.
They'll get there, guys, please. But the other one,
The message seemed pretty like
he's like, nah. Yeah.
loving and, chill.
Very flower child.
The message on the other one was all about death and
Death
destruction.
to you. Yeah. If your
was.
vibration drops a centimeter below where I want it.
Yeah.
It
Wipe
says
you
it in that
all out.
voice.
Yeah. So that's kind of my theory too. Is
I'm gonna give you all tumors and radiation poisoning and fucking
radiation poisoning. Yeah,
it's gonna
we've
be
got
terrible.
heavy. We're heavy elements. We're heavy.
Yeah, don't forget our atomic weight.
Yeah,
Motherfucker.
yeah, we'll roll over you.
Yeah.
They can change their way. That's the dude. These things are. Just
I'm
wild.
vision, motherfucker. It
Yeah,
says that.
exactly. I'll go right through you.
Yeah. Try fighting me, Hawkeye.
Yeah.
Hawkeye.
Something just flew inside of me.
Hawkeye, gone forever. He's not dead.
I can't
now.
talk.
He just
about
went to the DC
it. Yeah,
universe,
he almost died, which is crazy. That story's wild.
and that's why he went to DC.
Well,
Disney
let's
sent
end
him
this
a
real
flash.
quick. So the ending here.
I'm not ready to.
The what I think these things really are doing, if they're all around the earth and they're measuring our consciousness and vibrational frequency, what if they're waiting for us to reach a certain level, right? What if or drop to a certain level?
Mm-hmm.
What if globally, once we reach a certain level of consciousness
They'll
or vibrational
come and be
frequency,
like, "You can handle us." What's up, fam?
maybe that's what it does. We don't know.
What's your theory? Did I finish your theory, or did you have a different idea?
That could be it. Maybe they come and in peace, right? You're ready for whatever. You're ready for the next step.
Yeah.
And we're here to help guide you. Or they're ready for a higher form of war. We don't know. All we know
they're
is,
ready to join the empire.
right. It could be
And
maybe.
we take over.
So these things are measuring us. They're watching us. They're taking in our vibrations, our frequencies.
Take
our
him in, taking my
consciousness,
measurements, baby.
and they're sending those messages out somewhere to whoever put them there and letting them know this is where this planet is.
Could you
vibrationally.
imagine they're taking measurements? Cameron, 6'7", 148 pounds.
So maybe they're waiting for
Solid
us
muscle.
to be ready, and these spheres are how they measure.
6'7",
whether or not we're
148 pounds. Malnourished.
ready. Yeah,
Very upsetting.
it's sad.
Very sad.
We hate
stuff.
to see the good ones go the wrong way.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah. So that's what you think. You think that they're
Cameron is the last person vibrating at the red frequency. If he goes, the planet goes.
Well, there's always been that theory. I don't remember the book, but there's a book.
They
where
offset, yes. Power versus
theorize-
force.
There you go. Power versus force. They theorize that certain people vibrate at these higher frequencies and that they level out all of the people at lower frequencies.
So you have a
when you have like the
Schmadoff Schmischler,
yeah, he lowers it, right?
and then
when
you have an MLK,
yeah,
and he booms.
Yep.
A JFK.
The Buddha or the Gandhi or whatever. There's the Michael Jackson. You got certain people that raise vibrational frequencies.
Well, what does Michael do?
I don't know. I don't want to get
A
into it.
concert?
Yeah.
But Neverland?
We don't know. We don't know.
He's innocent as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
He's so talented, he's innocent.
He's pretty talented.
P. Diddy, I mean, he's
He's not so talented. He just danced
No.
around in the music videos.
and he made like some of the
Take that,
biggest
take
songs
that.
of all time. So
Take
let's not downplay P. Diddy. I think the
Actually,
popular
looking
opinion.
back, saying take that constantly is
No,
not a good look.
I know.
Now.
Dude, think of all of the things, like all the movies he was in. What about the worst, poorest aging song because of P. Diddy is "Wake Up in the Morning Feeling Like P. Diddy." Takes on a lot of new
Or
meaning.
Cake by the Ocean is I'll be Naomi, you'll be I'll be Diddy, you'll be my Naomi. Like he's saying, like I'll be the P.
Dude,
Diddy.
I was listening to that song.
Not so great.
Spheres though, that was fun.
Yeah, let us know
Fucking
what you think
Buga
they are.
Spheres.
Let us
Fucking
know,
all the
are
Spheres.
they waiting for us to be ready for something? And what is it that they're waiting for us to be ready for? They're measuring our vibrational frequencies, where we're at. a collective unconscious.
The
on this planet.
Jeffrey, dude.
The Jeffrey.
Do you know what that's from?
Of course, yeah. That's the
Get Him
movie
to
I
the
thought you were
Greek.
going to talk about.
Oh, that's funny.
He's so good in that.
Well,
He is.
he
played that character.
He was never good. No,
thought
yeah,
he was
no,
good.
that was. He was.
The audition where he actually takes Jonah Hill and his friends on a big party that he sets up and makes it look like something it's not. Do you know this story?
No.
Oh yeah, he invites.
Is it about P Diddy being cool?
He invites Jonah Hill. He wants the role for this movie, and he hasn't been casted yet. He's up for it.
And we know Diddy gets what he wants.
He invites Jonah, and he allows him to bring some friends over, and he's got like all these famous people at the door, and they're all hanging out. It's like the coolest party ever. They make them feel like the coolest, and then he starts acting like his character in the movie would, like wild and crazy, right? He takes them on a drive down Sunset Boulevard and is hanging out the windows and screaming with like a bottle of liquor and the whole thing. And he has a gun. It's apparently he says, he's like, don't worry, I've got a gun, and he's gonna like shoot it out the window, and they have to try to convince him not to do it. He says he never really had a gun; he was just pretending to get the role. But at the end of the night, he tells him, "I set this whole night up because I wanted you to see I could play this role."
Yeah,
and he gets the role.
Is that what happened?
That's what Jonah says.
Or is this what happened?
That's Jonah's side of the story.
He went insane. He did what he had a Tuesday afternoon,
right?
And then he's like,
For Diddy, yeah.
No. Yeah, Diddy had a Tuesday afternoon that Jonah Hill happened to attend.
Yeah, we're talking like Jamie Foxx is there, and like he has like all of these superstars. At the party,
and then he just has a regular old night of doing Jeffries, pun intended. And then
when life gives you a Jeffrey,
you smoke it.
It's I don't know. Pet the furry wolf.
Oh yeah,
that's the song.
Yeah. But no, and then he's obviously, you know what I'm gonna say. He was just like, oh, by the way, this was just for the role. Yeah,
I didn't have a gun.
I don't really have a gun. Yeah, I didn't really do all that crazy shit. Dude, those guys are safe.
But Jonah tells the story, not Diddy, and he says that it was all a setup to get the role, and that it was really
because he
one
told
of the
Jonah.
funnest nights of his life.
I believe it. I'm sure there used to
and
be.
his friends were not famous. His friends were like normal guys that he grew up with, and they were like having the time.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
And you can clip this. I think Diddy probably had a lot of great parties.
Yeah.
I think he was probably a lot of fun in different occasions. He also did horrible stuff sometimes, right?
He was off that pink sea.
Yeah.
What does that even mean?
Yeah. What's that? You get?
In the comments.
Oh, you know exactly what that means.
Do you want to build a snowman? Pink snowman. I don't know. What's pink snowman? Is there a pink
I do,
one?
but I can't.
Yeah, that's so good. They know
not even White Girl Interrupted.
That's a good one. Yeah.
You can't think of any?
That was it. Yeah. So
they say
do
like
you want to
7
build
of
a
them.
snowman? White Girl Interrupted.
They say like 7.
Something Devil's Dust. Yeah, there's a few.
There's like another movie reference one too.
Yeah, it was another Disney reference too. They had multiple Disney references for it because "Want to Build a Snowman's" one, and they had another one. There was 2 Disney references, but they were good.
Yeah, I remember.
Johnson. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Diddy. Yeah, they made good
Freaking
money
A.
off him.
Yeah.
Or they hate him. They're like, no, nobody buys our products.
Nah, I don't think
They
that'll
think
ever
we're
happen.
monsters.
They're
yeah.
like the cheapest, easiest. Like
It's mixing with.
Oh, yeah.
That's all?
Holy shit! Yeah,
Jesus,
good luck surviving that.
Yeah.
Please don't do that.
Oh, let me see
audience.
if I can. Yeah.
So that's the spheres. I want to know what you guys think.
Yeah, you start vibrating like a Buga Sphere when you do
yeah.
all that nonsense.
I'm out of devil's dandruff and I'm shaking like a whatever. Yeah, that's funny.
Like a hooker in church. I don't know.
Whatever. Yeah.
I'll try to help you out there. I don't know what you're referencing.
That's the
So Jared.
Deadpool Wolverine.
Oh yeah, I've seen that movie. I haven't seen that movie yet, actually. Crazy to say. So Jared, did you hear bad news, man? An icon gone
Someone
too soon.
tortured him.
Gone too soon. This is the song you sing when Michael Madson dies.
Well, what's like? You're pushing 50 and you got a bum ticker.
Yeah.
So good.
Also, lest we forget.
Shoot your partner in the back. Try to scare a little girl.
That's Bruce
Yeah.
Willis, but You gonna bark all day, little doggy?
Yeah.
Are you gonna bite? Come on.
That's a good one.
Come on.
Yeah.
Him
Madsen
is
killed it.
Bill's brother in
Yeah.
Kill Bill. Come on. So Michael Madsen, unfortunately passed
Ah.
away this past week. So Michael Madsen's longtime friend honors the tortured soul after his death.
Ah.
He's in a happy place now. Quote. I hate that when somebody passes, somebody who had like problems with drugs or anything, they're always like, he was a troubled soul and a blah. It's like, just say he was a good dude and he had a fun life.
Yeah, let's highlight
Who
the good
cares
things.
that, yeah.
Yeah.
He had struggles.
Man.
Yeah. Like, it's like, so an addiction is
He's so good in Kill Bill, dude.
he's so good in everything.
Yeah.
He's just really great.
Yeah.
He's just, dude, him and Donnie Brasco.
You're going in the ground tonight. Do that. Yeah. And he gives her like the option. He's like,
Oh,
yeah.
in Kill Bill. Yeah.
That's the best. Yeah. You fight all
What
you
is the
want,
other
but you're
option?
going in the ground tonight. He's like, you could either do that with a flashlight or without one. Yeah. And you keep kicking and
I
fighting.
hope you didn't learn that 2-inch punch from Pai Mai,
Yeah.
Pei Mei, whatever his fucking name was.
We all trained with him.
Yeah.
I should have known.
Yeah. I forgot that you did that.
He taught you the 5-point exploding heart move. Of course he did.
Personal life should never represent someone's legacy. Absolutely correct. Talk about the filmography. Talk about the work.
Let's do
Talk
it.
about the brilliance of
Yep.
this great man. Good. You knew by my cadence what I was building towards. God bless. God
This
bless.
great man.
Of this great man. So Michael Madsen is remembered for someone who knew him. Oh, this is from his friend. I don't want to hear about his friend. He passed at the age of 67, and he was reportedly found unresponsive in his Malibu home. At least he died in Malibu, baby.
Hopefully in his sleep, bottle of sleeping tablets by his head. That's a song.
I want to die in a warm bed with a belly full of wine and a woman's mouth around my.
Yep.
What movie? What show? What?
Game of Thrones.
Yeah. I finished it. By the way.
At the age of 80. Yeah.
By the way.
Okay.
Remember I was saying, dude, forget everyone. It's the best show ever.
Yeah. Okay, then I'll rewatch it.
But
Don't ruin it.
But the ending is bad. It really does ruin the entire fucking show.
I'm gonna do a rewatch.
Jared, there's nothing worse.
Don't ruin it.
Don't ruin what?
Don't ruin it because I'm gonna rewatch it now.
Okay.
So I want all of it out of my brain. Gone.
But- Okay. But I'll just say I wanted to be like, who cares? But you hang out with these characters for so long.
I know.
Brand, oh my God, Brand as the king is crazy. But not only that,
In
Jon
fact, that's
Snow?
actually irresponsible. He's
no,
extremely
he's
powerful.
the most detached person ever.
Yeah.
He's not even a person. He literally says, I'm not even
and
a
he
person
can see
anymore.
all things. Like,
Future, past,
you don't
present.
want your king to be able to see all things. Like that could go way
An
wrong.
advisor to the king? Maybe.
Yeah, even that's too much.
that's scary.
You're giving way too much power to a person in power.
Because now basically whatever Brand wants,
Yeah.
he gets no matter what.
He can shape, history.
he can
to
shape the
his
future.
will.
Yeah. He can actually affect history. We saw that when he yelled at his dad's name.
But my brother John still goes to the wall.
Oh yeah, Brand, you're king.
Yeah.
Well, the Unsullied were like, we won't allow him anything less.
Yeah.
And then they had to.
Go the
bullshit.
Gettys.
I would have said, "Oh, Unsullied, yeah. Fuck you, I'm the king."
Yeah, but that's not
destroyed.
what
You're
Brand
gone. You're gone. You're dead. Instead of sending him off to an island to live in the Isle of North.
Yeah.
Anyway, annoying. So, you guys would love that show. What show? Dark Matter. Oh, we started it. Have you started it yet so we can talk about it?
No. I haven't started it. I'm going to watch the damn show. I'm going to watch it. Now
We're
I have
doing
to do
this
a
for you.
rewatch of Game of Thrones.
Not first. Just check it out.
Until you've seen Three Body Problem. I don't know that I have to.
Well, I'm doing this for our boy who just donated.
G-Man. Well, I'll do it for G-Man.
Don't do it for me. It's not for me. It's for G-Man.
Okay.
So we could talk about it. And we will love that show. I do love the show. And Jared, you will like it.
Let's talk about it. Yeah.
Let's talk about it. It's quite good. I think you'll really like it. But Michael Madsen, he passed, and I'm heartbroken.
Fucking
I'm sad and distraught, to say the least. Oops.
It's
Jared,
fucking awful.
do you want to talk about a satellite, a blood type, eggs, or a haunting?
Ooh. Haunting sounds fun.
Haunting does sound fun.
Because what is a haunting really? Like, let's
Dude,
get
so
into
many
that.
questions.
Yeah, I mean,
So many.
we know they're real. There's something going on.
There's some's
This has-
awry.
yeah,
Some's
they've
afoot.
They've been talking about this since the beginning of time, right?
Basically,
There's
yes.
something going on.
Something's up.
There's a cuneiform tablet where some guy's like, "Oh, I was haunted last night by some weird ghost in my freaking living
dreams.
room."
No, yeah.
Talk about all of them at once. I don't know how we would do that. That's a good.
Let's try.
Guess.
Ah!
Yeah.
So 1940, 1960.
Haunting.
Okay. So the angry death of Kimberly Burgales.
Oh, it's an angry one.
Oh, just even the photograph. It all gets me. It really does, Jared.
Oh, poor girl. Look at her.
It really does.
She weighs like as much as you do.
And she's not even 6'7". She's
She
not
looks-
6'7"
she
like
looks
I am.
tall.
She does look oddly tall, but I think the lengthiness is being enhanced by the
Wait.
skinniness.
So this happened in the 1990s. Why is this in the news now?
Because a dark mystery shocked America in the early 1990s for primetime shows to Congress. Okay, it's largely been forgotten, but it shouldn't be.
Because
That's the whole point. I'll explain. Because neurologists, because on September 26, 1991, Capitol Hill was on edge. There was a big congressional hearing that morning, and nobody was sure if the star witness was going to make it. Sound like a movie, basically? Yeah.
How about that piece of garbage from Idaho?
There's so many.
Well, the one who killed all those kids.
Oh,
and
fucking that
yeah,
little piece of shit.
he really did deserve. Like the families deserved to watch him get electrocuted. Yeah,
For sure.
yeah. What a piece! I still don't think he operated alone.
Or and where they forget to wet the little sponge,
I think someone else was involved.
where
I
they
think
forget
he's-
to wet the sponge.
Yeah,
and so
yeah,
he just
he burns.
his
Yeah.
hair and everything
Yeah,
sizzles.
is that all you got,
Brian Kohlberger,
chimpanzee?
the
He's
most
so
brilliant
good,
shit ever.
yeah.
Second time you referenced Sin City, third technically.
Yeah, what a great
Dude, imagine
scene.
getting shocked.
Yeah.
Is that the best you got, you pansies?
Come on.
Come on.
He's so good. And I keep spitting blood and laughing about how many
Yeah.
copies they come up with.
They should have shot me in the head and enough times to make sure.
You should have.
You know
went
how
for the
badass
head.
you gotta
Yeah,
be?
It's so
Anyway.
good, dude.
So Jared, not only is this Buga Sphere
What about
a haunting-
Thanos in those moments where he's like, "You should have went for the head."
Oh, you got to be
Snaps.
such a gangster to say anything
yeah,
like
so,
that.
Yeah, he's literally got an axe in him, and his whole gauntlet could not stop this axe, and he gets,
No.
and then you got this handsome big freaking Asgardian comes over,
I'm not as
puts his arm on you, and he's like, "I told you, you die for that," and pushes it. It's just such a good moment, yeah.
And then he's like,
And then he's like, "Wait, hold on, hold on,
come in close,
I
sweetie.
got something to say. I got something to say."
You should have went for that.
Gotcha.
Wait, don't. What do you do?
Yeah.
What did you do?
What did you do?
I love that.
Yeah, it's so good.
Anyway, it was around 9 a.m. when her wheelchair rolled into the Washington hearing room.
Without anyone in it.
Nobody was. Yeah, exactly. Nobody was sitting there. She was immediately. That's the ghost story. Somebody pushed a wheelchair in and ran, and they're like, "Fucking God!"
It's on in here.
Yeah, just so they didn't have to do the work for the day.
Yeah.
So, Jared,
23, weighed 70 pounds.
she was 23 years old and weighed 70 pounds.
Wow.
That's less than 80 pounds, more than 66 pounds.
It is.
Someone knelt down and
66.
clipped a microphone to her lapel,
Okay,
a
good.
few inches from her crucifix, and dangled from her neck. The room fell silent except for the clicking camera shutters, so it didn't fall silent. Is this a video? Ooh, here's her testimony.
Oh, jeez.
I was haunted by a ghost.
AIDS is a terrible disease that you must take seriously. I did nothing wrong, yet I'm being made to suffer like this. My life has been taken away.
What?
Please
Context?
enact legislation so that no other patient or health care provider will have to go through the hell that I have. Thank you.
Oh,
What?
fucking
So
what?
was she haunted or she had the HIV?
Full blown, yeah.
Yeah.
The woman could barely speak, but she mustered the strength to make one last public statement. Okay, so we need context here. So the AIDS epidemic had already killed more than 100,000 Americans. Okay, wait. Is this not about a haunting?
No, this seems to be
Okay, a few months
about-
before the hearing in June 1991, the New York Times went on the decade of the epidemic, recalling about. Okay, do you see anything about a haunting?
No, everything is about this epidemic.
Is there a too long didn't read version? Okay, it's hard to overstate the AIDS. Oh God, I thought this would be a fun haunting.
What a downer.
You really screwed this one up,
Yeah.
Cam. You really dropped
You
the
know
ball.
what? Yeah. I feel bad now. We said all those mean things. Turn this off. Can we turn this
Can you go to lunch? Jared,
Oh.
a new blood type has been discovered,
That doesn't make sense.
but only in one person.
That makes less sense.
Their name is Dr. Morbius.
Yeah, there you go.
Can we agree though? That's one of the best. I can't even fucking say
What
it.
is this?
That's not for you to say.
Okay, good. Yeah, the blood type thing makes no sense. Is this the next step in human evolution?
Yeah, matter of fact,
This blood type is special.
and it's blood.
It can
Okay.
heal.
So Jared, scientists have discovered a new blood type. Only one person on Earth has it.
Poor person.
Yeah, I
They get a
know.
transfusion,
Everybody
they're
they're
screwed.
hooked up to a machine. They have 30 needles coming out of every orifice.
No, they can't get blood, is what my point. I don't know why they're taking it.
Oh, you didn't read?
No, go for it.
30 different needles. So can you read this?
Yeah, the ABORH system of blood group typing is an immensely successful method that helps medical professionals safely perform blood transfusions throughout the world. Scientists on the French blood establishments successfully identified the ultra-rare 48th blood type group. I didn't even know there was 48.
Yeah, that's crazy.
known as
What?
the Guada negative.
It's A, B, or A negative, A positive, B negative, B positive,
yeah.
AB, and then
No.
O and O negative.
No, apparently Guada negative.
Oh yeah,
is
of
a
course, that
thing.
one that I have. I forgot I'm Guada negative.
Came from a blood sample drawn 15 years ago. Although rare, it's important for physicians to know that these blood types, so that impacted patients can receive the best care possible. So what is this even about? I don't even get it. What's the point? What have we gained?
Most people are familiar with the four broad, human blood types: A, B, AB, and O. See,
Got
we
it.
hit the
Okay,
nails on the
okay,
head.
yeah.
Okay, there is no guano, whatever it said, and it's likely they may even know that they come in positive or negative variety.
So, okay, they're talking about like 48 different types. So this is like not a new blood type like A, B, or O. This is like some offshoot of a blood type we already have. It's
So-
like some very specific chain.
What I'm realizing,
Yeah.
and correct me if I'm wrong, is I need to proofread these a little more.
Yeah.
before I play.
That's what I'm thinking.
Okay,
Want to hear
fuck.
about a haunting?
Yeah.
She was haunted by her disease
Yeah.
for years.
Jesus, that was the worst.
Want to hear about a new blood type? It's actually not that exciting because it's a very small, rare little isotope.
No, it's the blood taken from the woman Kimberly in the last story.
Yeah.
Fucking her AIDS-riddled blood. This
Oof.
poor creature.
I know.
I
They
mean,
brought her
it's
to
not.
Congress.
It's not my
Why
fault.
did they need her to testify? We didn't even get to
So that they can give,
punish someone.
yeah, they're oof. I bet they were pissed at some people.
Yeah, but UFO like panels and stuff, nobody even watches. Nobody even knows they exist. I asked people, I'm like, hey, did you guys see like that UFO panel where the guy talked about all of these programs? And they're like, what?
Who?
Congress?
Who are you?
Had talked about UFOs.
How did you get in here?
Yeah. Get out of our home.
I'm just saying, you guys better fucking look it up,
Just
dude.
take the pamphlet
Do your own
first. Take the
research, yeah.
pamphlet, damn it.
Get at it.
Go to the next house. Just
Hey,
go.
hey, so you know what? You want to get controversial? Tiger blood. You want to get a little controversial, Jared? Neither do I. But what we should talk about,
Do we? Should we? I'm scared now. What do you want to talk about?
I don't know. Maybe it's, I forget.
Is it just gonna get the show completely
Canceled?
screwed? Yeah,
Canceled.
and by YouTube, not canceled, but like YouTube won't like let anyone watch it.
I'm literally forgetting what it was.
Good.
Is that for the best?
Yeah, move on. Let's go to another article you don't know anything about.
No, hold on. No. It was the Epstein list. They said is this problematic?
I don't know.
They said that
enough people talk about it.
they said that you've gotten everything we have basically.
Oh, so they're giving us nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah. Who saw that coming? Everyone.
Yeah, I know. But still, it's like, oh.
We're putting together a special investigative team.
Yeah.
Made up of several congressional, we got, what's her name?
Yeah. The other guy.
So-and-so.
Remember him?
That dude.
Best there is.
And they're all going to get together and they're going to give you what you want, which is.
Word for word, everything you think is in there
thing we've been telling
is in
you.
there.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. So
What about-
use your imagination.
Yeah.
It's in there.
Yeah.
Awful.
What about Pam Bondi literally saying, I have the list of names on my desk right now?
Maxwell must be just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, Ghislaine.
What is happening?
Yeah. Yeah. Waiting to either get killed
Yeah.
or set free. I don't know what she
like,
expects.
You charged me with nothing and I'm still here.
P. Diddy got off.
Yeah, exactly. Can I switch lawyers?
Yeah. You don't get a lawyer. Get back in that cage.
Pretty
you
bitch.
bitch. I hit a button.
I
Also,
think that's a sign.
fuck you. Fuck you. Also, they released that tape of him, the only footage
Agreed, G-man.
of Epstein.
Yeah, they released it.
Did you? Yeah,
I
it's
didn't
just
see
it's
it.
two guards like walking him to a his cell, presumably.
With a bag over his head. and-
Well, one has a gun in his back and says, "Keep it moving, kid." Yeah.
No, one of the guys walking him has the bag
Is
over his
tying
head.
a rope is tying a rope around his neck.
No, I meant like an executioner, but yeah, that
But
too.
yeah.
That could be it. Either way, something strange happened, but we don't talk about
Do
that.
you think he offed himself?
You know, this
The camera's going
subject-
down as crazy, but I think he
The
might. have.
subject is hard to talk about.
There you go.
You got to be careful.
You gotta be.
Yeah.
I mean,
You
ugh,
know.
it's the most. Yeah, like there's nothing worse.
You can speculate on whether or not you think he did it, but you can't speculate on
No.
anyone else being involved or
Yeah.
anything at all.
Not. You can only speculate on whether or not he offed himself.
Right.
That's about it.
Which
you can't even talk
all
about.
evidence points to that being the case.
Well, just all evidence meaning the cameras went off, and that's crazy.
there's no evidence meaning. Yeah.
But so that's it. We're not getting anything more. How do you feel about that? This was supposed to be disclosure
how do I feel about it? It's
administration.
bullshit. Yeah,
it's bullshit.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That sucks.
And guess what? Everyone's gonna forget about it.
So I know.
We're just gonna
So
move
do
on.
we think Elon was right when he said?
60 years from now, they're gonna be like, we're gonna declassify.
Yeah,
it's
I
gonna
know.
be all
Yeah,
redacted.
100%.
Yeah.
It's gonna be, that was literally was my
Our
thought
children's
exactly.
children will be like, oh, Grandpa.
Didn't you hang out with?
Yeah.
No.
You remember that episode? We're finally getting the files, and we're gonna look at them and
And
be
we'll
like,
laugh.
"No, we're not,
Yeah.
honey. Sorry, sweetheart.
Oh, I'm still. Yeah, we're still waiting on that.
Now put on your radiation suit and go out and find some food."
Yeah. This is a weird dystopian future where
Yeah.
you're a kid working, but there's.
I can't do it. I'm too old.
Yeah.
So put the radiation suit on. Check your rads. Make sure.
It's the
and-
Fallout universe.
Yeah, go pick,
But
pick some
so-
turnips.
So here's what the audience has to say. Oh, great. Don't get me started on this. Okay. And then he said, Maxwell is in jail, but there's no list that makes no sense.
Dude, do you think
that
that, could
doesn't
help
make
her get
sense.
overturned?
Fuck yeah.
Like, if there's no victims, then what am I doing?
No victim,
here?
no crime.
Yeah. Well,
But there's clearly victims.
apparently they need
Dude,
you.
that's the fucking thing. They even said, Kash
Yeah.
Patel even said, multiple people said,
Oh.
we have videos.
I read it all. I
Yeah.
seen it all.
No, Kash literally said
It's
that
all
on, remember
there.
on
I
Rogan?
do. I
Yeah.
remember.
He
Yeah.
went on Rogan.
Oh,
Yeah.
what you think is on there?
It's on there. He literally fucking said that. That's right.
I'm gonna show you.
So yeah, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you big time.
Let
Yeah.
everybody see all the.
What?
things.
He's fucking Jeremy Corbell.
Yeah.
You want to see the fucking
Oh,
Epstein?
you want to
list?
see it now?
You think you're ready to
You better
fucking
call
see the
everybody
Epstein
in
list?
here. Make sure they want to see.
I
it
will wait for your
because,
entire staff to show up right now.
I don't know if you want to see this.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Call everyone you've ever hung out with in the past year because they need to fucking
I'll
see
wait.
this too. I'll wait.
Yeah.
And
I'll wait.
I need
my
to leave in an
plane.
hour.
Yeah.
Yeah. But go on, dude. I'll fucking
I'll wait in my
dude.
private jet while you figure this out.
He
Let
doesn't
me
have
know
a
what
private jet. There's no way.
I'm sure he does.
You see him walk into a motel called the Private Jet. And then
That's a genius name for a hotel.
yeah,
It's a private jet.
I think I'm just gonna sleep on the private jet.
Oh,
Not
man.
to get political, but I really thought Trump was the greatest president of all time. He said, not to get political, but I really thought there was going to be a lot more transparency.
It's not getting political.
Not getting political. That's fucking facts.
That's what's supposed to happen
Yeah.
in a democratic society. Yes, we're supposed to be able to see what our government is doing.
Yeah.
We're supposed to know what the money's being spent on.
Yeah,
and
it's a big one.
Secrecy and secret societies
Are
have
the
no
enemies
place in
of
a free
democracy.
society. Yeah.
She must have said that she had Epstein's piss on her desk, not list.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
he
funny,
is
yeah.
so crazy.
That's great.
I actually have
yeah.
Epstein's piss right now on my desk.
Yeah.
Right now. He's been
right
dead a
meow.
month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to see the list meow?
Pam, we're so sorry. We thought you said list. Oh, no. I had his urine covering my table. I was wondering why everyone else didn't freak out. I was like, why are you guys not upset? I have piss on my table.
I'm so pissed.
Get it?
I can't believe the Epstein pissed isn't released yet.
Yeah,
Pissed.
that's what they go with.
Yeah.
Oh, you thought we said list.
I mean, we're gonna
We
release
said
the pissed
Yeah.
off. I am.
Oh, your sentence don't make sense. It's
And they're gonna take this and use it because that's where we're at.
and then the Bill Clinton stuff is crazy. Yeah, here we go.
Not
Here
that
we
name
go.
doesn't belong anywhere on this channel.
I went down the
Don't do
rabbit
it.
hole today. FBI even has them at the national
Erase
show.
that. Yeah,
On
nope.
the lawn.
One of the best presidents we've had in the last 20 years at least. 30 years at least.
Yeah, there you go.
Damn, I'm
There it
old
is.
as
I know,
fuck.
you fucking, ugh.
Wow. 30 years. That's a long time ago.
Yeah.
That sucks.
That sucks.
Yeah, for all the people that were around back then, because I wasn't even
Could
born
you
yet.
imagine being alive?
Yeah.
What would you even do?
Whoa,
I
no
would,
internet?
I would play Diablo. I know exactly
Weird, we
what I
went
would
the
do.
opposite way.
I know.
The opposite way.
Yeah, why are you Jeff Goldblum?
All of a sudden, something overcame me.
Sexually.
I had to become the Fly. Go ahead.
D Livar said, that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
I think he meant, that's it.
That's it.
I still got more articles that we'll get to next week.
Hopefully, this sphere isn't one of these.
King of fucking segues over here. Can I get an
Anyway.
amen?
Yeah,
I was gonna do it as like the outro.
it's okay. It's okay.
Like I'd be like, all right, love you guys. And by the way, let's hope
Were
the
you
spheres
really
aren't
gonna
one
do
of
it?
these.
I don't think you were going to do it. Do you have it?
Do I have it?
Oh. If
Oh,
you have it.
Jared, you fucking asshole. No, I'm just
So
kidding.
can I set it up again?
Hit me. Hit them, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking hit
So
them.
tell us what you think these spheres are. Crazy stuff. Let me know what you think about all of the cool science that we're figuring out about these things. We obviously know there's many of them. There's so many of them, but hopefully they're nothing like this one.
This great band.
Oh,
Ooh, Keanu Reeves was with it though.
alien sphere.
Wait,
How big it is.
it's a big ass one. You didn't expect that. They didn't see that shit coming. But wait a tick.
Ah,
We all know
another
that
alien
sphere. See what we did there?
That's
Does
cool.
the audience realize what we did there?
Another sphere. Alien spheres. We're doing alien spheres. Okay.
Get it?
Yeah. Hopefully it's not one of these.
I spent
spheres.
time on this, guys.
Yeah, this took time.
Yeah.
Effort. I'm glad you did it. That's awesome.
Look at I do a
we
fade
talked
out
about
too.
today.
Look at the fade out.
New York blackout. Practical joke by the great attractor.
He
Good
dude, line
line.
delivery is
And we did
on.
a Tommy Lee Jones today.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. From Jar Resurrectus.
I hated working with Jim Carrey. Yeah, anyway.
Famously, I
let me
hated
know.
working with Jim Carrey on the set of Batman Forever.
What do you think these spheres are doing? They're talking to each other. They're talking to us. They might be talking to someone else, and they're letting them know everything about us. What do you think they're waiting for? What are they waiting for us to become? Or what do you think these things are? Is it a hoax? Is it all bollocks? Let me know. Put it in the comments. Like, subscribe.
Moose,
welcome to the chat. You're a little late, but go back.
Late.
Hit the rewind button. You'll love it. No, seriously, I want to know, what do you think?
Yeah.
Everything I said today, these are from scientific scientists researching the sphere.
Yes.
I don't think it's a hoax. I think this is real. And there's several of them. Look into the Mitchell Hedges skull as well. Because that's
Fucking A, dude. If you don't, I don't know what to say.
That's a cool thing.
It really is. So yeah, guys, Moose, love you, buddy. A little bit late. Appreciate you though. Great show. Thank you, Garbage Man, G-Man.
G-Man in the
guys,
house.
you rock. All the donations,
lots
you
of it.
guys, from CT to Chase to G-Man, of course, to Felicity. Guys, you freaking rock. We appreciate you. We have fun content that we're coming out, but I just got here.
Yeah,
I was
keep the
eating
chat clean,
tacos.
Moose. Keep it clean.
He's the number 3. And D Livewire and GL switch off between being number 1 and number 2.
That's pretty cool.
And then he got to come in and steal the number 1 spot.
Come on.
You know what we got to do. We got to show.
Come on here. You guys are being too kind.
Yeah.
You must love spheres. You must be a big
Look
fan
at that.
of-
Look at what a guy that is.
You
Yeah,
gotta
you
love
sphere-loving
balls.
sons of bitches. I guess we need more sphere content for these people. Jesus. And now
Shut
McKenna
up.
shows up. Oh, she didn't come. She was here the whole time. Okay,
I'm
good.
glad you were here, McKenna.
Thank you, D Livewire. You're the man.
This episode's dedicated to McKenna.
And D Livewire and GL and Miss Evan and everybody. Great episode. You're a great episode.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much. We every Tuesday around 7 p.m. at 7 p.m. Every Tuesday, 7 p.m. We love you. You're the best. You're the cat's PJs. You're the bee's knees. And we will see you on that flippity flop next Epsom salt. Thank you guys.
Yeah.
You're everything. We love you so much.
Thank you.
Yep. Catch you on that flippity flop later. Get it.